I'm told he's keeping his options open and he's dating both guys and girls.
No. The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge. Morning show.
It's always a show when Rob Shooter rolls by. Hi, Rob Shooter.
Hello. Gosh, I hope I don't disappoint.
You never do.
Thank you, darling. I have my tap shoes on.
So the last time we saw you was at my birthday party.
Oh, it was a marvelous night.
At my super spreader.
It was Typhoid Mary.
Yeah.
Everybody there.
What?
Yeah.
I nearly died in Staten Island. I would have been furious.
But we all think you brought it to the party.
I heard that rumor.
Yes.
But the problem is with that is that I didn't get sick until after the party. So I definitely caught it there. I was going to blame our friend Julie Cooper from Access Hollywood who turned up, but I don't think it was her either.
It's funny how, look, we had a huge, if you're wondering what we're talking about, it was a huge surprise birthday party that Alex threw for me. And we had a great time. We danced, we drank, and we did everything. And then, like 3 days later, everyone has COVID. Almost everyone has COVID.
Yeah.
Like, Froggy, you had it, right? Did you have it?
I got it first, and I have a picture with Rob where he and I are face to face, and I sent it to Elvis. I said, "This is the moment of impact. This is when it happens."
I would be proud, honestly, if I thought that I had that power, I would be proud to say that I'm the virus. But it's like a superhero, isn't it, or a villain? But I don't think it was me.
I didn't come because I had COVID already.
It was you.
So no, I was home. So they said, well, you should have come. I said, if I had come, I would have been patient zero. And that instead, let it be Rob.
I got blamed for this. Now, did you send a card, though, or did you send anything that you licked? Was there any of your saliva at the party? Because it could have been you.
No, it wasn't me.
COVID is more of an airborne thing, I believe.
It was you.
Moving on. Here's my point. If you go out to a super spreader, you can't start blaming people. It happens, and we had a great time. No one died. We're good.
It was an amazing night. An amazing night. Thank you, Alex. Alex pulled it off.
Alex did it.
I know.
Yeah.
He didn't actually technically invite me. I know. I found out about it and I just sort of showed up.
Did you really?
I didn't technically get an invite. And I was like, how many places in Staten Island can it be? So I had to search a little bit.
Wait, so you brought COVID and you weren't even invited?
Right.
Just a little
I'm
detail.
I'm happy you were there.
Thank you.
All right, so Rob, of course, naughty but nice Rob, has a lot of things to talk about. Where do you want to start?
Let's start on the list. Let's start with something really nice. Let's have a nice day. So my friend Hoda is leaving the Today Show. She's announced this. It's quite shocking, isn't it? But she wants to spend more time with her kids. Now I'm told the offers are pouring in for Hoda.
Of course they are.
Pouring in. Everybody wants a piece of Hoda.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's great. She's smart. She's relatable. Everybody wants her. Now, when you work for NBC News, you can't do endorsements. That's why you don't see Savannah or Hoda selling Dove soap or like cornflakes or whatever.
Oh.
Now, she's not going to be part of that news division. Hoda can make millions. And I say this with total respect. I hope she cashes in and makes a lot of money, but she probably will make more money off the Today Show than on. So good for Hoda.
Wow.
Well, look, here's the thing about Hoda.
Hoda.
We've known Hoda for years. Hoda is a superhuman being.
She is. She is.
Yeah.
She really is. Like, honestly, I think we say that a lot of times about famous people that we've met and we want them to be great. Hoda's great.
Okay.
And she's so sweet.
So
We love
sweet.
Hoda.
And what company wouldn't want Hoda to be their face? Yeah, so Hoda's, don't worry about Hoda.
I wish we could afford her. Okay, Rob, what's next on the list?
What else we have? Andrew Garfield has broken up with his girlfriend and he's back on the dating scene. I'm told he's keeping his options open and he's dating both guys and girls.
Oh,
so we're not going to wait and see where Andrew
You
lands
have a
on this
chance,
one.
Nate.
Thank God.
Now you can start murdering men.
So Andrew's back out there dating away. It must be difficult dating Spider-Man, I guess, or being subtle about that. And
Everybody's like, hey, I want to kiss you upside down. Like they did in Spider-Man.
I love that scene. I love that scene. I love that scene.
What's the latest with Diddy?
Diddy, so lots going on with Diddy. I used to work for Diddy, so first of all, I got to say, everybody asks, did I know? I didn't. I absolutely had no idea. Now, in the past...
Well, he's not going to invite anyone like you or me to one of his freak-offs.
Well, why not? We look marvelous.
Well, hold on. There are rules. This was in the New York Post today. Do you want to hear this?
Let's hear it.
They had rules, allegedly, about who was or who was not allowed to come to the freak-offs. The freak-off parties, no female guest could weigh more than 140 pounds.
Oh.
A weigh-in would be necessary. The girls had to be young and hot, and so blah, 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 which is just no flab, no cellulite. So I'm out. No short hair. I wouldn't want to be there anyway. No pants, no jeans, no flat shoes. Every girl had to wear a party dress, short, just enough to cover her butt cheeks.
Give me a break.
Gross.
Keep reading.
High stilettos. Good. One thing that the organizers never asked was the girls' ages.
Oh, God.
It's bad. It's bad. And it's going to get worse. Like, my experience of doing this for a living, reporting on this stuff, is that once the dam breaks, it all comes out. And for a long time, it was a big secret.
Do you think we're going to ever get the list of the actual celebrities who went to the freak-offs?
Yes. I think it's inevitable. Like, stuff doesn't stay secrets forever.
Jeffrey Epstein, we never got that full list.
But it's not over yet. That story's not over yet. We might, at some point we might get that list. But it's shocking. It's the only person that I've worked with who I'm now ashamed to have on my resume. And it's such a sad thing, because I got to say this, you're not going to like it. He was charming, which is probably why he got away with it for so long.
Well, yeah, but no, every time we met Diddy, he was always great.
Yeah, he
was
came
always
here
nice.
with a little bag of oranges, and they were all cut up. And I was like, oh my gosh, my mom made this for me, and she packed it. I was like, how cute is this?
So
like,
cute.
it was
That's what makes this whole thing even more perverse, doesn't it? But Diddy, the news on Diddy that I'm hearing is within now the family, it's almost like The Godfather. It's $1 billion business. It is, even though it's been definitely hit by all the scandal, and now there's a power play with Diddy in prison. Who's going to take over the business? I hear his mom is probably the first choice. His son would like to take over it now.
What exactly is the business?
It's a very good question, because I worked with him for several years and I didn't really know what he did. I think he sells liquor and T-shirts.
I don't think he does that anymore.
T-shirts.
I think it's the amount of money he's accumulated. And during the days when his record label was a big deal, you had to, I think, sign over your publishing to him to get on the label.
Okay,
so
that's
where
ongoing.
the money was raised. But now there's going to be an internal fight in the family. We'll see who's going to win that and take over the business, what's left of the business.
All right, so moving on. You have a list. Ryan and Blake. Okay, the Hugh Jackman story, which is, I don't know.
Yeah, I broke this story. So a year ago, I found out that Hugh and Sutton Foster, who's a Broadway actress, they were both together in The Music Man on Broadway. They were getting friendly. It was obvious to everybody in the cast, anyone around that show, that these two are getting friendly. Now, the problem is that they're both married, or they were at the time. Shortly after the show opened, Hugh and his wife split. Now Sutton and her husband have split. They're together. They're in love. You're allowed to fall in love. I think that this is messy. But the problem is now, everyone's asking, who knew what, when, and do you tell the wife? So Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are best friends. They've been friends for a really, really long time. He knew Deb. He knew the wife. He knew Hugh. He knew Sutton. And so now the question, the rumours, what everybody's asking is who knew, when did they know, and should they have given the wife the heads up?
Where do you do that? Ooh. Who am I to tell anyone anything? No. Look, if I found out that your husband was messing around with you, would I tell you?
Would you? If I found out your husband was messing around, I would tell you.
Well, I know he is. So nothing new there.
See, I would tell my best friend because I would want her to tell me 100%.
I would say something.
Yeah.
I think I would say something. Now, I understand if I'm in the cast of The Music Man on Broadway, I'm not going to tell tales on the boss. So if you tell Deb that Hugh and Sutton are very close, you're probably going to lose your job. Like, hang up your tap shoes. So I understand that. But if you were really friends of them, someone like a Ryan Reynolds, who's going to be fine regardless, he's Ryan Reynolds, do they owe a call, a text?
If you knew 100% that something was going on, and it's your bestie, why wouldn't you?
Do we know they're all besties, though?
Well, this would be the analogy here. It would be your bestie's wife, your bestie's partner.
Yeah, I don't think
so. You're not telling your bestie. You're telling your bestie's partner.
Yeah, I don't think they're as close with her.
They're not.
Yeah, no.
So okay,
I don't know.
Yes. So moving on to the Royals for a moment. William and Kate are coming to the USA.
It's exciting. So they were planning to do this, and then Kate got sick. She's doing much, much better. Good. And so they had all these plans to come and do a real American tour and to come here with the flags and all the pomp and the circumstances. Let's hope they bring one of those gold carriages. We can have it down Fifth Avenue. It'll be lovely.
Perfect.
And so a couple of horses. It'll be marvelous. And so I'm told next year, depending on Kate's health, which looks pretty good at the moment, we could have an amazing visit from William
Nate?
and Kate.
Can you book William and Kate?
I'll try, but it's going to be hard. Rob, can you help us?
I've got an email. I'm
sorry.
How awesome would
Can
that
I?
be?
May I? Do I have a vote here?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, yes.
I don't want him on the show.
Oh, what?
I find them as boring as a doorknob.
What about if he brings some of the jewels from the tower? Oh, if he lets you wear the crown.
Listen, he came from Queen Elizabeth. You love Queen Elizabeth.
You love Queen Elizabeth.
I mean, he's touched Queen Elizabeth's hands and stuff. She hugged him.
I still want Harry on the show.
That'd be a fun one.
Harry's got a lot of mitos left in.
Do you think if they come to visit and they go to California, do you think they'll stop into Harry and Meghan's home for a cup of tea?
I don't know about that one.
I don't know. So one of the things we love about Rob, other than the fact he's a super spreader, his blind items. Now, they're blind-eyed. Why don't you just come out and say the names of the people you're reporting
Because
on?
I would be sued. So legally, this is like a rumor, and I know it sounds nutty, but if I say something, I've got to be able to back it up. And so a lot of people think you just make this up. You don't. You have to go through legal to actually get this stuff to be said.
So what's today's
the
blind item?
items will be... One day I will be able to tell you this. I just can't at the moment, but it's fun to tease it. So today's blind item, you're going to get this one. Which ambitious, very ambitious, and I say that as a good thing, cable host has been sucking up to Savannah to try and get Hoda's job?
Cable host.
Cable host. He's part of the NBC family. He might have been on this show.
He might have been on the show?
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon?
No.
He's not a cable host.
No, network. Cable host.
Yeah.
Who would
Jimmy Fallon has a job.
Yeah, it's a good job. Who would love to be the next Hoda? Who has made themselves a star with some ability, but a lot of ambition?
What does it rhyme with?
Oh, okay, he's not going to tell us that.
You know him.
Oh, it's a him.
You know
He comes on
him.
our show.
He's been on this show.
Oh, my God. Who? Say it.
Come on.
Say it.
No, it's wrong.
Two. He might have a friend or two that's a housewife. Oh, I've said too much.
Andy Cohen?
Oh, that'd be awful.
Be awful.
Andy Cohen.
But I'm not confirming this.
He's doing great where he is.
He's doing great where he is. But when you're ambitious, and I'm not saying it's Andy, I'm not confirming that, Bravo, if you're listening. No, I didn't. Did I say that? We'll erase that. But I think if you're ambitious, this is the best job on TV. This is the best job on TV. He would love this job. It's a great money-making job, replacing Hoda. I could see it happening. What's interesting, Elvis, is that everybody's after this job. You're trying to be subtle enough that you don't look too ambitious, too rude, yet you want people to know you want it.
The body's not even warm yet.
But if it's not...
Or cold. Is it cold? Cold. I meant cold.
These morning hours are not for everybody.
They're not.
You know what?
No.
Until you're in it, you don't realize.
And they got to do makeup. Like, at least we can show up looking like hammered crap. They got to do makeup over there.
You don't have to do makeup here. Nobody told me. You got a full face of makeup.
Hey, Nate, where'd you find this?
So I was watching...
In the microphone, Nate. In the microphone. That's how it works.
Jurassic Park the other day, and I didn't realize they scream Rob's last name
They do.
in the first 5 minutes.
I think that shoot her. Oh, here's your theme song.
I love it. I know you
Barry
love this.
Manilow.
Dance away.
I love Barry Manilow.
I know you love him.
Scandal and vice, or sugar and spice. It's naughty but nice with Rob.
We love you. All right, it's always naughty but nice with Rob Shooter. We see you and hear you everywhere. Your podcast is doing well.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm like top 10, top 20 now in the podcast charts. And so thank you for listening.
I hope you're making the big bucks.
You know, I got a check from the iHeart.
From the
and
iHeart.
I was rather
What's
surprised.
that? What's that like? We haven't seen one of those.
From the iHeart.
I was rather surprised when it landed in my mailbox.
The iHeart sent you a check. I love
The
that.
iHeart.
Rob Shooter, we love you.
I love coming by. Good to see you all. I'm going to see you tomorrow night.
Yes.
I'm coming to your party.
We're doing the Disney's big Disney event tomorrow night for iHeart. So yeah,
Can't wait.
Rob's
And I
gonna
promise
be in the
I'll wear a mask.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Please do. Thank
Rob
you.
Shooter, everyone.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.